Hey everybody, it's Jelly Postcard Play Day 30. Jace, yes, but I decided to give you a longer video. Now I'm using some distressed inks, and I have, I'm going to use two different colors on this one. Now, the problem that I saw with this is that we have a lot of humidity here, and my paper is kind of weak, shall I say. And so I'm trying to be careful, although I do have it sped up for you because I do not move that quickly. Thank goodness, because that would be painful. Anyway, so using two different colors and bringing them to the center. This one was a difficult one in the sense that I knew what I wanted to create, but I didn't have enough ephemera to support it, so I was going a little slower with it. So I have these two faces that I made. One I'm using today, one I'm using tomorrow. This one was a James Burke, I think his name is. It's a stamp set that I purchased for him. He does YouTube videos if you're interested in looking at them. I think he has an Etsy shop. May have, by this time, he may have started his own website, who knows. But you could look up James Burke, and he does journaling, he does lots of art stuff, so he's interesting to watch as well. So I have that, and then I have, I think, oh gosh, it's either Tracy Fox, Gecko, Galz, or there's another one. I'll put it in the description below where and this is Tim Holtz tissue paper. And I decided I was going to use that, but then I was like, yeah, no, it looks too, no. I decided against it and grabbed this label. I like the tissue paper because it's not so, it goes into the background so much easier, and I'm crimping it because I like the marks that it makes when you roll it up, where you crunch it up like it's been thrown out. So I'll put in the description box below where I got my things from, and I'll try and connect. Yeah, okay, so let me explain this. I really wanted the bottles in there, and while I was kind of fussing with this one, thinking it through, the thing is, I wish they had broader, when they do these things, I wish the black lines were thicker so that you could, you're not taking away any of the illustration. And it gets difficult. Anyway, so I'm going to be switching that out. I'm thinking it through, working it in my head. And this bottle, this bottle reminded me of a neck and shoulders. And so that's what I'm going to work on with this. And there's a difficulty because if you never thought glue stick worked, let me assure you, glue stick works very, very well. Even the cheapy kind that I have. So I really like that part, but her chin didn't sit on it correctly. So I'm fussing with it, thinking if I could, make it narrower. And trust me, I didn't like the way that looked. And I really made a big attempt to get that off, and it wasn't going to work. So I made it like a little C, and you'll see I'm going to push that all in. Now, right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the impression on it so that I could cut it away. I'm not making a large cut. I'm just making a little narrow one. And then I decide at this point, what I can do is just overlap it ever so slightly and then push the paper, because it's only copy paper, and push the paper so that I can See, I'm making an outline where her chin is, and then if I push the paper down, it looks like it's under her chin now. Had I thought about that prior to all of this, it would have been great, and I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking something else. So now I'm going to be putting in a little bit more ephemera just to kind of make my brain go. And this is my jelly plate. See that? It's really pretty. I did it on watercolor paper, and it was really, it turned out really nice because I guess I didn't care about the colors. I just threw it down and was trying to get it to come off and clear the plate, and I just liked the way it came out. I did bubble wrap and stuff with that one. Now this is my Stabilo pencil. I like it because it brings the piece, it sort of moves it off the background a little bit, and I'm going to be using a brush, watercolor brush, or just a paintbrush to activate it. There's different ways you can activate that, and it's really, you know, depending upon what your preference is. I've seen some use their finger and sort of wet their finger or whatever and do it, and it does come out better, I have to admit that, but because you can control it a little bit more. But the thing is, it annoys me. I don't know why it annoys me so much, but it's like every time I wet my finger, and I'm going to be very blunt with it, that you wet your finger with your mouth, right? And it disturbs me because even if I use my finger in the water bucket, it just disturbs me. It's like I always disliked going through magazines when I was younger. Before we had internet, when I was a teenager, I got a lot of magazines and I would read through the magazines, but I always had to do the dishes. And so my hands would be yucky from doing dishes. There was 7 children in my family. And I hated turning the pages with that. I don't know if that did. Blah. So this should go relatively quickly because, and I turned the thing on low. I had to get a new heat gun. I can't believe it. My heat gun all of a sudden stopped. It wouldn't go on anymore. I didn't, you know, I may have dropped it at one time, but it was still working. And that was probably, God, months ago. Who knows when. But it is an old one. So anyway, I splurged on a new one. And it was much more expensive than when I first bought. When I first bought the heat gun, it was only $10. Can you believe that? Oh my God. All right, so now I'm using some gel pens to brighten some of the parts of my little girl. Oh, she's not a girl. I should say lady because she's got like false eyelashes. You can't believe. I mean, it's very telling. And I'm just going to do her lips to make them brighter, to pop off of there. It's a really cute, the stamp set from James Burke that I use, you know, like I chose those eyelashes. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the eyes can be done differently too. The shape of the face is the same. I think it has that mark where the hairline is. And the lips, I think, you know, it's been a while since I've done that, and I can't remember things from yesterday. So, hello. Anyway, so there's, you know, different things you can, the way you put the eyes on, I think you can do that. I could look at my, hang on. Ay, 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 ay. I have to be honest with you, I cannot find it. I bought some new stamps, so everything is in the drawer, and it's pretty dark down there to find anything. I apologize. Anyway, so now I'm using some gold spray, and that's Art Anthology. That is a really, when I went to Scrapbook up in Phoenix, the Scrapbook convention, Art Anthology was there, and oh my God, so much stuff that you could use from them that they had, because she does this spooky thing. This is going to go very fast, even though it looks like it's going to take a while. It'll go very quickly. They had all different kinds of materials you can use. See, it's already done. For 3D models, also, oh gosh, I can't even think of what it's called anymore. And this drove me crazy because all of a sudden I noticed it didn't land right. And so I had to try to get it up. It worked after a while. And then I couldn't find the card I used to put everything down, so I had to use my Cricut thing. And you know what I was thinking of when I pulled that out? It's like everything that you purchase has its name on it. So even if you're not sponsored by them, they get advertisement from you. I just feel like, seriously? Oh, and you know what I heard? My husband showed me this yesterday. In Colorado, there's this tax that the developer of whatever it is you're going into, and it could be a mall, it could be, well, not a mall, like I hate to say Target, but Target, a gas station or something. The developer of that building can charge you like 1 to 2% on your purchase for keeping up the building. Supposedly this money is going to go towards, you know, keeping the parking lot, keeping the building upward, so that it costs the owner nothing. Not the owner of the business, the owner of the building. It costs them nothing to do upkeep, so that they're constantly making profit. And I was like, wait a second, what is the accountability, and how did they get to where they could actually charge that? Because it's in the receipt. That's what they did. If you look up, I'll see if I can't find the thing and put it in the show more, but if you look up Colorado tax, I think the person that started this, that questioned it, was a stewardess, and she noticed this extra fee on her. She was buying a Coke, I think. So there it is. Well, I guess the thing is you have to watch. You have to look at your receipts all the time and check for the extra charges. I know my friend does it, and she catches them mismarking the product, but this is like a totally like another tax. So look out, you guys. Take care, and I guess that's it for today. And I guess I'll talk to you again tomorrow with the last one. Yay! Alrighty.